Welcome to another episode of TSP, episode 157. This week we are joined by the wonderful Monika Guzman as we discuss her inspirational and motivational story with her battle with hip dysplasia. We discuss the hurdles that she has gone through already, upcoming surgeries and the long road to recovery ahead, her goals of getting back into powerlifting, and her very own business, Bad Bones Athletics, that was inspired by it all. Bobby comes this close to getting his entire identity stolen. We go around the mill with the introduction of a newborn between Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. Love him or hate him, he's now your WWE US champion. And I know times are tough, but is it really this tough, stealing condiments from fast food restaurants? And we wrap it all up with the DLO Lock of the week. This week is a 2-pick parlay you will not want to miss. All this and more on another loaded episode of TSP. If you haven't already, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It only takes 2 seconds and it helps us out immensely with the algorithms getting out to new listeners and viewers alike. So if you have, thank you so much. If you haven't, what are you doing? Enjoy the show.
You are now tuned in. 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 You are now tuned in to the TSP. Got the game in our hand like a PSP. Bob Dylan Joe, one hell of a show. All them other podcasts, let it go. That y'all recording boring, gotta snore. TSP hitting like T early in the morning. Been doing all things since 2019. Pay respect, bow down, baby, kiss the ring. Take a second, enjoy the moment. You witnessing greatness. Still welcome if you new, forgiving your lateness. You streaming in your car, then let it ride. If you on the YouTube, like the video, subscribe. You are now tuned in to the TSP. You are now tuned in to the TSP. You are now tuned in. You are now tuned in to the TSP.
Yes, sir. TSP episode 157. I'm your host, Bobby Hall, and with me, as always, we got the young boy, D-Lo, and we got the old boy, Joe the Greek. What's up, my boys?
Man, you call me old boy.
Ancient.
Whoa, that's worse than what I said.
Dylan's so young, he's only voted one election.
Ooh.
You know, at least I exercised my right. You know, some people
See,
don't,
you didn't.
they still
It's
bitch,
one time.
so I don't want to hear
That
about
can't
it.
be true. How old are you?
No, I'm 28, so I voted in at least 3.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm in
I'm
my
old.
prime, baby. Don't be jelly.
Uh-huh. You have 2 children. You are aging quicker than I am. I promise.
I probably have more gray than you do. That's for sure.
Yeah, I've got like 4 hairs. And I got them chopped off. I get like 2 on the side each.
I got like 4 colors in my beard. It's devastating.
Plus, Joe is sort of the color gray, so it would probably just blend in anyway.
The fuck does that mean?
Ghoul.
I guess we throw out I mean, I'm not even trying to get into this color debate. I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, because, I mean, Malcolm, he's already looks like he's pissed at you, so. Looks like he took the last piece of brisket.
He didn't need it. I wonder what kind of brisket he would make his body.
It'd be very fatty. Not
You have
that
to
good.
score it.
How long would it take to render down? 4 days.
Got this 58.5-hour brisket.
2 bags. of
Anyways, what have you guys been doing? I don't want to keep talking about cannibalizing a large fat guy.
It's been a hell of a week for your boy, as you guys know. You guys are actually the only ones besides my family that know what happened to me Tuesday night. Early, well, I guess maybe Monday night when I went to bed. I don't know when exactly it happened, but Tuesday morning, like clockwork. And this is what happens when you're in the 30s. I could be alone on this, Joe, but like clockwork, every morning around like fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, I got to wake up and I got to take a piss. It's like 1:30, 2 o'clock every night. I get up and do that, and I don't like fucking turn on the hallway lights and shit, and I don't want to, wake up the kids or Tori or anything like that. So I'll just use my phone flashlight to navigate, one-eyed in the middle of the night to the bathroom, and most of the time piss right in the toilet.
Jesus.
You know how that goes. But but when I reached for my phone, I had a bunch of notifications from like my email, and I'm like, this is kind of weird. So I open up the email app, and one of the things I see is from one of the companies I have a credit card through, saying thank you for applying for such and such unlimited credit card. And I didn't think much of the time, because sometimes I'll get these random emails saying like, hey, this is Netflix, we couldn't get your payment or some shit, click this link and change your shit. It's one of those phishing emails they call it or whatever. So it's where you click the link and then you're all fucked and shit. So I'm thinking that's the other case, because I haven't applied for shit. But then I'm also set up on Credit Karma. I don't know if you guys are, but I have that shit to kind of keep tabs on. I think a lot of people do. And Credit Karma and two of the like TransUnion, and I think Experian was the other one, saying, hey, you just got hit with a hard inquiry on your account. You might want to take a look at this. And I did, and it showed exactly that. Yeah, boom. Such and such, unlimited, whatever the fuck. You got hit with an
Did you
inquiry.
get approved?
And those things, it said we would take a look at it and let you know. So I'm guessing when I have applied for a credit card in the past, it's usually like an instantaneous thing. Like, you've been approved for this amount. Congratulations.
I wonder what they're going for, like a black card.
It said unlimited. So
Yeah,
I'm guessing some shit that I was not nearly qualified for. I mean, I got a pretty high credit score, but that yearly salary, whatever, I definitely ain't clearing out no fucking unlimited shit. So
Jesus Christ,
it was applied, and that's like the minute I start fucking freaking out, because there's not really shit you can do, because all these customer service numbers, they run on fucking regular time. I was like, either 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning that you had to wait until. So I'm wondering, what the fuck should I do? Like, how did this happen? What's going to happen next? Because 2 weeks ago, Joe, I mean, sort of the same thing. Somebody fucking, hacked into your shit, and they were able to, spend money on jerseys or whatever the fuck. So I'm like,
yeah, whatever dumb shit they bought.
If this falls into the wrong hands or whatever, I'm fucked, at least initially. So I text my boss pretty much, because they usually get there at work about 2:45, 3 o'clock, somewhere around that time, because that's when our commercial guys start. So I knew somebody would be there, and I even sent them a screenshot, like, I just want to let you know I'm not bullshitting. Like, this is what the fuck I'm dealing with. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm gonna have to call 4 or 5 different places, minimum, to get this shit squared away. So it's like, I'm gonna have to fucking call off, and they were understanding and stuff. So, and even if they weren't, I wouldn't have gave a shit like that. My personal stuff comes before that company at times. But so I was obviously I basically just kind of laid around and just did my research and shit, trying to figure out best course of action. And they were saying, like, the first thing you should do is call, like, those credit bureaus and put a freeze on your credit account, so that no one can try to open another credit card or try to apply for a loan or any of that shit. So I got all those froze. And then when time finally came, I called the customer service of my credit card company, and of course, it's got to be offshore, stuff. So trying to understand each other is quite a task. But we got it done. They were able to cancel that application, and then they put a whole identity theft thing in there, and then I had to file a thing with like this government, identitytheft.gov thing. And I still got to wait for some stuff on that. And then that credit card company sent me some shit saying I have to send like a written letter with proof that I filed this identity theft thing with that site, and a couple other things. And then they can kind of show me the application, and maybe you can kind of put the 2 and 2 together on how and where and why this all happened. So I was able to get it canceled, but I still to this day don't know how my information got out there, whether it was through them, if they got breached, or somebody else.
Well, didn't Experian get hacked a couple years back?
Did they? I don't know.
I thought they did. I'm gonna look that up.
I could be. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. So, it's relief that we got that part of it good to go. But this person out there, they've got my info. I don't know where the fuck they're at, who they are. Fortunately, I don't think they can do too much damage because there's not going to be able to apply for anything, monetarily. So, but it's still obviously not comfortable having your fucking identity in some dickhead hacker's hands, And
Do you think it would have been easier to fake your own death than apply for all these stops on your credit?
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
Because you have to. Because nowadays there's at least three that I know. There's probably more. 3 credit of the main credit bureaus. You have to call each one of those guys.
Yeah.
On top of your credit card company, and then all this other shit. So,
it probably would have just been easier to definitely fake your own death, bro. Way quicker. And
of course, you're on the fucking phone with your company for forever, and that's kind of
2 fucking days, man.
And I'm calling basically the second they even fucking open the doors up, and I'm still all our agents are serving other customers. Like, good God.
Yeah, remember they're at work though too. They're like, oh, this dickhead's calling already. I didn't even drink my coffee.
Yeah. Well, get your fucking coffee and let's get it rolling, man. I got urgent fucking needs here.
Crank that Red Bull. I got my life falling
making
apart.
Up some story I was gonna pay my credit card payment this month, but I lost my wallet. I'm coming with some real deal issues here.
In 2015 they got
where's my cat?
Hey. Just tail goes by.
Show up. 2015. I don't even know if I was on any of them fucking shits yet. So
yeah, well, you probably were somewhere. You had a car loan, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had a credit score.
Yeah, I mean, it could be from fucking anywhere, and that's the thing that sucks is I just don't have any answer on where that's at, and I have to write it. And I get why you kind of have to do it because obviously somebody was able to just hop online and apply on my behalf for a credit card. So
that's wild.
So yeah, that's kind of how my week started, and yeah, man, it's been not too smooth sailing, but it's been better. Gotten better.
My week's been a blur. An absolute blur. Just work and sleep. Yeah. Ran Chicago.
You running far or something? Oh, Chicago.
Ran Chicago all week. And actually saw an old a Toledo guy. He stopped me on the dock. He's like, what the hell are you doing here?
Who was it, Mike?
No, it was Larry. I didn't know he ran line haul, so.
He doesn't anymore. He just quit on Tuesday.
He said it was his last day. I was like, well, good for you, man.
Cowboy Larry?
Cowboy Larry.
Damn.
He just quit, no notice, just said, fuck this job.
He didn't give a notice?
No, that motherfucker just left.
That shit was all predetermined because he was talking to me like it was set in stone. He already had something lined up after. And
he was saying that the entire time I knew him, though.
That's hilarious.
He's, I'm quitting.
Yeah,
I'm going to go make barbecue or sell feet pics or whatever fucking shit he was talking about. I wasn't listening.
That's my next question. Is he getting in the barbecue game?
Yeah.
That's about that annihilated cat on live video.
That's pretty normal for you people, isn't it?
Great content. But yeah, I mean, it was.
Man, you didn't even hear my racial slur. God damn it.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. The only thing I don't like about it is we're in the business of the more money you make, the less time you have. Literally, what I've been doing is just work, sleep, repeat, work, sleep, repeat all day. I haven't been able to go to the gym. I missed the gym, even though I'm not in the JUI days of my life anymore. Working out 2 hours a day every day, but I definitely like getting a sweat in, a pump in. It's therapeutic.
Get back on a cycle, man. Then you can just do kind of minimal shit and walk back up.
Can't do needles though. Can't do needles. Got to be oral.
You can just do the drops
under the tongue. Yep.
Anavar, baby. What's up?
Yep. That's where it's at, baby. JU iced out. But no, that's real shit right there.
You're there doing dips on the steps on your truck and shit.
I was walking into the gym on my fist.
What?
I fucking just walked in. Like, yeah, he's a black card member. Yep.
He pays the $20 a month. He gets free tanning.
I do now. Unfortunately, Planet Fitness caught up to my shenanigans. I told you about that. I don't know if I did on the pod or not, but
I want my hydro massage now.
I want the total body enhancement.
I forgot that's what it was called.
I don't even know what that does. It just has pink UAV lights, but
it doesn't do shit.
It's good for your complexion.
You got to do what you got to do, man. But now, especially tonight, I think is when we roll. Is it back?
Back. We get a free hour.
You fall back, you spring forward. Yeah, so we fall back. So that means, at least for me, well, probably all of us, is you go to work when it's dark. Well, Dylan, fucking definitely for you. Go to work.
Dylan's not going to see the sun for 3 months.
So yeah, it's definitely gonna be the case for me. And that's when the thing I hate about winter the most, other than when it's fucking freezing dick cold, is it's like fucking dark. 4:45.
Dude, I'm gonna give you guys some advice. Take vitamin D. It'll keep you from getting so damn depressed.
D.
And B and C.
And milk?
No, man, you can just get vitamin D pills.
I take vitamin E twice a day.
I take a multivitamin Flintstone.
Oh, I forgot you were a fucking child.
Chewable.
Jesus Christ.
I do. I get the adult. I have the adult daily vitamin gummies.
Take lots of vitamins.
Shout out to Costco.
Gallon bucket of it.
I was there today. I like Costco. I didn't know they sold whole lambs. $60 for an entire frozen lamb.
I've never seen that before. I mean, whatever. I mean, that's up your alley, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna buy it. I don't have room in my freezer for an entire lamb, head to toe.
That was my week.
All right.
Shit.
It's my lamb money, baby.
Atlantis.
Yeah.
My lamb money.
Bang, bang.
All right.
Yeah, other than my fucking mishap, really the last like 2-3 weeks, any free time I get, I've just been playing the absolute shit out of Spider-Man 2. You see the background for PS5. It's one of the best games I've played in years, and it's been a lot of fun. And I was just playing before we hopped on, and I think I'm pretty close to finishing the main story, which I'm going to be a little sad when that actually does happen because it's been a fucking shit ton of fun. But
you playing as Peter Parker or Miles Morales or both?
Yeah, and I don't really want to give away a lot of main shit, but it's pretty interesting this time around. So we'll see what happens at the end of this story. Hopefully there'll be a Spider-Man 3 going forward, but it's just so dope, man. The game's fun. It's really fun. Some people might think it's a little repetitive, but it's just the way they have it set up. It's like you're playing in the midst of a Spider-Man movie. It's really sick. This one, like the main villain is the symbiote.
What's he do? About Venom or
Venom.
Carnage?
I don't know why I lost the name, but yeah, Venom. You know, his boy Harry. So that's been pretty cool. I mean, Venom, that dude, that's a bad motherfucker. So
that's one of my favorite guys in all of Spider-Man.
It's been pretty dope. So, but yeah, there's a lot of side missions and stuff. So, you know, I'll be able to keep busy with this for probably at least another probably month, I would say. And it's just cool, man. It's open world and stuff, so you can kind of just swing through the cities and shit. And I love it, man. It's one of the reasons I got a PlayStation 4, years ago, was for the Spider-Man 1 game, because
I played the shit out of that one.
Yeah, and that one was fun. And as soon as I seen this, I had to get me a PS5. Unfortunately, that's when I was still raking in the major gambling dough. So DraftKings bought me a PS5.
Is that when you were under the alias Parlay Poppy?
Yeah, that's when I was hitting them parlays, baby, like a motherfucker. But
the 38
right now,
and shit.
I was telling you, me and my boy Jimmy Leatherman, dude, we got this shit. Calling your shot. He's got the $10,000 ladder challenge. And as of right now,
just hit.
It did hit. Okay. I was gonna say it was looking very hairy for a second. I'm guessing with the way you fist pump, you must be following again, huh?
Yep, I'm up $100+ now. I've
Yeah,
more
so
than
James
40.
is following that one too, but I hit him up the one day and I was like, dude, because I stopped fucking with it because unless you're paying for his shit, you by the time he sends them out, the odds fucking move so fucking crazy, and I got so tired of that. So me and him got our own shit going right now. It's just me and him, so we can kind of take our time and craft it and get fucking surgical with it. And the lines aren't moving around and stuff. It's just me and Jimmy, and we're fucking 3 days in. I'm at $142. We're hitting day 4 tomorrow, and we're gonna kind of change some shit up. Like COS goes, he wants to go straight through with the shit. If we hit tomorrow, we're taking half out, and then we're gonna keep going from there. And then after every like 2 or 3 stages, take another half out, and then just keep on rolling. And I think it's smarter that way because you're gonna be profitable, and you can still kind of keep building up and shit. So it's been fun, and it's just a little less stressful because, like I said, you can kind of pick and choose and stuff, and not have to worry about 50,000 other fucking dudes jumping in at the same time, moving the fucking lines around on all these books. So we've been calling it because we're both left-handed, the Southpaw Long Dick Parlay. And we're rolling, baby.
Is that 2 truths and a lie?
I hope.
I don't know what the 2 truths are.
It's a parlay, and you're both southpaw.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously.
I'm glad you got that, Dylan.
On this,
I wish it translated to the TSP parlay. That's all I'm saying. But digress.
I think it's a you thing.
Me?
Yeah.
My props are hidden. Can't go wrong with CMC anytime touchdown, especially this week. This week, I'm pretty sure he breaks
Get out of here. This fucking guy. It's not me. This fucking guy.
It's not me. It's you, or no, it's not you. It's
Yeah.
me. Is that the thing?
Yes.
For the receipts here.
We got the receipts for the Monday Night Football locks for the past month.
Oh, I don't care what the receipts say. They're all losses.
We hit last week with fucking ease. Garoppolo sucks.
Yeah, and it looks like, according to what you told me earlier, we are moving back to the DLO Monday Night Football locks.
Well, yeah, we'll explain that later in the
You
episode.
don't have any foresight.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But yeah, we'll hold off on that. You'll see. It's funny.
Fuck
it's
off.
DLO style shit. But we are back. You are back on the winning side. Our guy Nate Walter tailed you, so I know he was happy as well. And it was a no sweat from what I've seen. So
easy money.
there it is, and those are the best ones. But
I'm
we'll get into that later because, boys, we got another guest, and this is another guest that we've all been looking forward to talking to. Friend of former guest of ours, and former, I don't know what would it be to us? He was our, I don't know,
boyfriend.
Kami? Was he our Kami in the Dragon Ball Z world? What would you say? He was our boyfriend. Yeah, we were both.
I don't know. Maybe I think he was more like a Dende. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he last entered the chamber, and he'd fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's fine. But I don't know. I think he likes being a Saiyan, maybe. But
give a shit what he wants.
That's true. Especially what we were told in pre-production. Like an asshole. But anyways, we'll touch on that as well. But this week for episode 157, we have with us Monika Guzman. Monika, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for your time. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
It's great to
Sounds
talk
like
to
you guys had a pretty interesting week.
Yes. Interesting, stressful, scary, all the above. But we made it through, fortunately, and we trekked forward. So
And here we are.
could be worse. Could be a lot worse.
Yep.
Can't complain. Especially, we have you on, which you're dealing with a lot more stresses in your life, and you got some adventures, I guess, of sorts in the very, very near future, which we'll touch on as well. But I reached out, I don't know, maybe about a month ago, saying that I think you'd be a great person to have on the show. And as always, we have friends and stuff that have brands and competitions and all kinds of things that they want to put out in the ether. We definitely like having them on to talk about it and get more eyes and ears on it. So that was definitely a big reason we wanted to bring you on as well. So we're glad we can make it happen.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Stoked that you reached out.
100%. But we'll kind of just jump in, I guess, a little bit all over the place because it's kind of a wild story. But yeah, like we said earlier, we did have your brother, your Jay, on previously. I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I want to say, Dylan, maybe like pandemic times. Maybe I definitely before we were on video. I know that much. And he was, or still is big into fitness, bodybuilding and stuff like that. I know that you kind of get into the game as well. And I think you even competed once or twice for sure, from what I remember.
Yeah, I actually was getting into it right when the story started, and
bullshit, isn't it?
I hardly.
So actually, you had already known about it before you started bodybuilding?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, so Julian has always, obviously, like, he's been doing like the fitness competitions and stuff for years, and I did one back when I was like 25 or 26, and then I was always a competitive cheerleader, never had any issues, and then I started powerlifting, and Julian wasn't powerlifting yet at that point, and the powerlifting is kind of what started to expose my condition. So I didn't know about any of this until I was 29, I think.
That's what happens. Now you get all day hangovers. That's what happens.
Yep. Oh, I quit drinking like 6 months ago because of how bad the hangovers got.
Dude, it sucks, don't it?
Yep.
Like, you don't like believe anybody. Like, oh, you're gonna be about 30. I'm all right. And then you're like, wow, I went out on Friday and it's Sunday and I still feel like I have the flu.
The hangxiety was debilitating.
I've never heard it called that. That's funny though.
Yeah, that too. I get that because you're out and you look at the clock, you're like, fuck, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm gonna be fucking worthless tomorrow, and I'm gonna feel like shit. Sure enough. But yeah, like you said, Joe, like, you remember when the clock strikes midnight on your 30th birthday, you just get hit with a bolt of lightning, and then all of a sudden you're just feeble.
My joints hurt.
Yeah, dude.
My first hip injection was actually the day before my 30th birthday.
Oh, boy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What time on the clock were you born is the real question. That's probably what happened. You're just off a little bit.
Just a little bit. 4:55, my guy.
You get injected at 4:54?
Yeah. In the afternoon. Yep.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, you want to explain what you got going on?
So,
yeah, so I was diagnosed back in 2021 with bilateral hip dysplasia. So essentially what that is it's no hip socket covering the femur joint. So I have no coverage. The distribution, I pretty much have bone on bone, damaging my cartilage as the days go by. So the solution to that is called a periacetabular osteotomy.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
Or a PAO is what it's more easily referred to as. And it's not that old of a surgery. It's very specialized. And essentially what the idea behind that is it's to give you more time with your natural bone structure before going into a total hip replacement and putting artificial parts in your body. Because once you do an artificial part, you got to think you only have X amount of years with that artificial part before they have to put a new one in. And while that's all happening, your body is getting more and more damage and you're losing more cartilage. So say a hip replacement lasts you 20 years. I'm 30 when this happened. I'm 32 now. So I had my first one when I was 31. So you say like a 31-year-old with a hip replacement has to get another one when they're 51 and then another one when they're 71 if they're lucky. And then, but like that's even just to say like there's going to come a point where you can't have another hip replacement and they're just like, well, you're SOL, deal with it. The idea behind a PAO is to give you more time before you have to go into that next step of actually getting a hip replacement. So it is coming. The day will come that I have to get a replacement altogether and be completely artificial in my hips. But the goal in a perfect world is that I'll be able to return to normal activity and compete again as a powerlifter and just lead a normal life until the day comes that I have to have a hip replacement. And then in which case there will be more modifications and a little bit more limitations to what I can and cannot do.
How long does the window, or how long does a PAO give you? Increase your timetable.
So if you look at how long a PAO surgery is, like how old it is, it's only 50 years old. So there's not a huge frame of reference for how long this actually works. It's some people, it works for like maybe 5-10 years. Some people it's worked for 20. The average, like at the high end, I'm seeing that people are making it up to 18 years before they have to have a replacement. And on the low end, I'm seeing people like going like immediately into having a hip replacement because the PAO didn't work.
God.
So I'm really,
Can you imagine that? Go through all that shit and they're like, well, see you next weekend because you're fucked.
yeah, I
Need a
mean,
new
that's kind of like what I'm dealing with right now is
Yeah.
I'm going into a surgery on Tuesday. So it really is, it's a gamble. And when you talk to a bunch of, I'm in group chats like across the board with people that have had it, are having it, people that had the surgery when I had the surgery, and everybody's experience is different, and everybody's surgeon is handling the recovery differently as well. Like it's so wild how not
What do they got you doing compared to like other people?
So I've seen people get on a bike, like a stationary bike, and they're pedaling within the first like 3 or 4 weeks. I was not pedaling until 6 weeks. Some people were getting off of crutches at 6 weeks. I was on crutches for 13 weeks. It's a lot. It's very different. I was only on pain meds for maybe like a week, if that. I didn't even want to take the pain meds. It was just like, it was incredibly.
Dude, that always scares me with the
terrifying.
big shit.
They had to convince me to take meds when I was in the hospital. Like I begged them. I was like, do not give me pain meds. And then something happened where I was like screaming, crying in the hospital, and
they gave you morphine and it was awesome.
They convinced me to take tramadol, and then was like, please take the oxy. Please take the oxy. I was like, I do not want to take the oxy. And they were like, Monika, you are the only person that I know that has had this surgery that is existing on ibuprofen right now. And I was like, that's my
go-to ibuprofen.
That's
honestly.
an insane perspective, considering I just like had my bones broken in 4 different pieces. So like, yeah.
Did you tell them like, I ain't no bitch? That's what I would have told them.
In so many words. I got a lot of praise for going through that, but like for going through that with just fucking ibuprofen. But I mean, it didn't. I don't know. I hated that. I hate oxy. I hate tramadol. Like if I'm not in agonizing pain, and you give me anything like that, like I'm spiraling. Like mentally, I'm spiraling. Like my head feels.
I love drugs. That's my problem. That's why I don't have any.
I hate what they do. I hate the brain spacey feeling. Like I don't like it.
I operate very well in that area. Like
have at
it. Because I think too much and I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm just turned off. I mean, I don't do anything. I don't even drink, but I'm just saying I stay away from that shit because of that. I get it.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I can definitely relate to that mentality too. But with pain meds, it's never been a thing for me.
Good.
So you said you first started to discover this when you started powerlifting. So how far into that? Because I'm sure you were probably noticing some aches and pains here and there, but maybe just kind of pushed through. Maybe you thought you maybe overworked it one day. But so how far into that were you like, okay, there's something like legit going wrong here?
Yeah, so I did my first powerlifting meet with all 3 lifts in, I think it was May of 2021. And then after that, you're going through like a resting period, you're going through a deload, and then slowly I was prepping for another meet, and I had it on the schedule. I can't remember the timeline specifically, but I was prepping for that next meet, so I started putting weight back on the bar, and I noticed that when I was squatting, when I would get into the hole, it would kind of feel a little weird trying to stand back up, and that was causing me to delay putting more weight on the bar because I was like, I have no idea. Like, it's not agonizing, but it's kind of scary because, you know, like the intrusive thoughts of my brain are picturing like dumping the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like I could do it. I could stand up. Like that.
You're gonna end up one of those like compilations of gym fails and
Yeah.
shit.
So standing. Yeah. So like physically doing it wasn't the issue. It was the thought of how bad can this possibly be that made me slow down a lot.
Sure.
And at the same time, too, ironically, my coach was going through similar hip pains, but she was going through something that was diagnosed, and she's like, oh yeah, I just have to rest it. Like, it's a weird injury. So we made a joke about this pain that I was having. We were like laughing about it being sympathy pains. And finally I was like, no, actually, like, I'm not prepared for this meet because I've not been able to push through this pain. So I remember I told Julian about that, and he was like, no way, I've actually been training. I was going to surprise you because I'm going to compete at the competition you're going to compete at. So that was Julian's intro to powerlifting. Is I had already done it, and he wanted to do it too, and he wanted his first meet to be in Nashville with me. So because of that, I went in and only competed bench while he competed all 3 lifts. And after that is when I started going to the doctors. And I went to an orthopedic office here in Nashville, and I got my steroid injection a few days before my turn 30. And they're like, in 6 weeks, we're going to check. This should last you 6 weeks. So you're going to come back at the end of that, and we're going to talk about how you're feeling. Came back, and they were like, sure enough, 6 weeks around the clock. Like, I was able to squat and do everything pain-free, and then 6-week mark comes, and it was literally like
clicking.
my carriage turned back into a pumpkin that freaking day. So I remember they ended up taking me in for an x-ray, and when I got there, the doctor looked at my x-ray and was like, I'm referring you to this doctor. And I was like, you can't. Oh, you're done with me? Like, I've never had that happen where somebody was like, I can't help you. And I was like, you're really going to send, like, nobody in your office can help me? And at this point,
you leveled up. That's why.
Yeah, at this point, I wasn't even diagnosed yet. Like, I had no, like, he never gave me a word, an indication, nothing. He's like, I'm going to send you over here. And I was like, you really can't help me? Like, you're going to send me somewhere else? And he's like, listen, if this x-ray belongs to any of my family members, this is where I would be sending them. And at this point, so still at this point, I still had no idea what was going on. I didn't understand that we were looking at labral tear possibility. I didn't understand that we were looking at bone structure possibility. I had no idea what any of this meant. So finally I get to this surgeon here in Nashville, and the first thing she says to me is, the reason you're here is because I am very good at this surgery, and you are severely dysplastic, and this surgery is coming for you. And I was like, hold the phone. I had no idea that I was
what?
I was like, pardon me, ma'am. What? Nice to meet you. So
that's crazy.
That's when I learned what bilateral hip dysplasia was. And then after that, I also learned that I had a labral tear on one side, which at this point I'm so deep into this, I couldn't tell you what's what. It was bilateral hip dysplasia. So what's wrong on the right side is also wrong on the left side. No hip sockets. And on one side there's a labral tear, and on the other side I have cysts on my labrum. I don't know I have no idea what that means, but yeah, so the story goes, I stopped powerlifting immediately after that. I tried just doing like accessory work so that I could go back to powerlifting immediately, upon recovery. But that didn't really work out either, because then a degenerating disc presented itself in the base of my spine. So like all
God
of it,
damn it. What is going on?
so all of it has just been like downhill since turning 30. But so I had my first PAO surgery. So what they do is they break your bones and reposition everything to give you a full hip socket and put screws in to hold everything in place.
Like, why can't they just 3D print a new socket? Wouldn't that be nice?
You know, I'm saying,
Jesus.
you know, like an extension maybe to build it out.
Yeah, right. Now we're gonna crush them. We're gonna turn that shit to dust, and we're gonna glue it back together, and you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Whose idea is this?
It's been wild, man. I feel kind of like a Lego a little bit, but it's just.
So how many operations have you had so far?
I'm on 1 right now, and then I got 2 and 3 this winter. So PAO in February, and then I have a revision on Tuesday, and then I have my left PAO in December. So
and then there'll be a revision for that one as well?
No, so the revision for this one is because there is a chip in my right hip. It's in one of the images that I sent you. It didn't merge. It didn't unite with the rest of my bones. It's just floating in there. And so I'm still having pains. So,
got a little lonely island floating around there. Is that what you're saying?
He's just like a little black sheep that just wanted nothing to do with everything else that's been going on.
I'm out of here, guys. Just rolled off.
It was nuts too, because I've been having pain. So like, luckily my doctor's office, they have a cell phone. So like, one of the nurses always has the cell phone. So I'm constantly talking with this nurse. Like, I'll just text her and be like, hey, what's up? So I'm texting her. I'll be like, yeah, this pain feels weird. It feels like I tore my labrum again. So like, she's getting my day-to-day updates, and she finally has me come in, get an x-ray, and my surgeon's like, that piece never united. I said, oh, sick. Well, what now? And she goes, this has never happened before. I'm like, sick.
I thought you were good.
Anomalies, gotta love them.
Sick. Yeah.
I thought you were good at this shit, lady.
So I also had another steroid injection done about, I don't know, like 4 or 5 weeks ago. It didn't do anything at all. So that rules out that any of the pain is actually coming from inside the hip socket itself, from my understanding. So the next step is going in, removing that bone fragment, removing the screws, and checking to see if there's any labral damage that they have to repair again, which is why I literally have no idea if I'm going to be able to walk come Tuesday night or not. If all they do is go in and remove that bone fragment and the screws, then I'll be able to walk out of there that night. Or they find labral damage and have to repair it, and I don't walk for 6 weeks. So
did they give you that card? You talking about the screws? They did give you the card?
No, actually,
the punch card?
My screws don't set off security systems.
He knows what I'm talking. He said the punch card for like you get 10 surgeries for free. Is that what you're getting?
That's what I thought you were talking about.
No, I'm talking about the
goofy ass joke.
Well, because like like older, like my stepdad, I don't know, it's probably been 20 years. He had a hip replacement. And he got the card and all that. But I imagine they've updated the technology and the materials. But he had to like carry it around. Like he's not like flying every day, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
if he did.
The first time I flew, I actually was texting the nurse in the security check line because I didn't know if I was going to set off the system. I didn't ask. I feel like I should have asked about this. And she's like, no, you're not going to set anything off. So I've flown several times since then, and it's never come up.
What if it shows up like jewelry? You know, like you got your belly button pierced and it shows up on your leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just all the piercings, just like everybody knows.
Oh, bing, 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 bing. There's a million on there.
I do have a 4
She likes to
X-rays that you sent
party.
me. I just don't know how to read X-rays, so if you want, I could pop these up and you can explain each X-ray as I pop them up.
Yeah, sure. So this is my hip today.
Is that your little buddy floating out there? Is that what that is?
That's the floating buddy. So I guess the idea behind that little bone fragment there, she uses it as a wedge to clear the gap, because obviously when you're moving things around, there's going to end up being gaps. So it was positioned a little bit differently when she put it in. And so it was meant to basically bridge that gap that you're seeing on top of that little wedge. And everything else has healed at a slower rate too. With that being said, she was actually pretty disappointed at how slow my progress was at my 6-week follow-up. That little piece there wasn't raising any big of a flag at that point. But like down, like below my hip socket, there was a piece there you can kind of see where there's like darker shadows. It was not healing at all. So that was the concern, was having to put plates in. But then after that, everything healed up, but that little piece just still, like, there, you can see that it hasn't even attempted to merge with the rest of my
I just
bone.
can't believe somebody was like, they cut you open and they pulled out the fucking Milwaukee and started putting these screws in you like that. You know what I mean? Like, look at that. I mean, I know people listening can't see it, but this bastard looks like it's like 5-6 inches long.
And they're not, like maybe like the size, maybe like the size of my hand, and my hand's not that big, but I asked to have them back on Tuesday, so hopefully they actually get them back.
I want an update if it's a Phillips head or not. That's what I want to know. This is Home Depot shit.
Cool things with them, so I'm hoping I can come up with something creative to do with these.
I'm gonna make a necklace.
No, just some jewelry, maybe put it in a frame.
Yeah.
So yeah, this right here is exactly what's getting addressed on Tuesday. Like, all these screws are going to come out. That little bone fragment's going to come out. But I don't know what that's. The theory is that these screws and that fragment is catching on soft tissue and causing pain.
Ooh. Yeah, that probably sucks.
Yeah, but I'm also like wondering, like, okay, but if you remove that bone fragment and just leave that gap, like, wouldn't that gap catch soft tissue? I don't know. That's just, now that I'm staring at it right now, but
transpire. Oh yeah,
it's gnarly that's my hip, right? Like, it's sitting with me right
Yeah, at this point, they might as well just turn you full Android, you know? Just
now.
take care of it all.
I'm actually a little disappointed to know that these screws are coming out, because I like that they're in there. But
Yeah, that one in the middle that's something else.
That's what I'm saying. That thing is there. Well, was that 5 in there? I can see.
There's 5, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
The
So
doctor
yeah,
was
but look at
disappointed.
that full coverage on that joint right there. She's beautiful. She's doing a job.
What?
You gotta see the first image. Actually, there's a side by side that I sent you guys where you can actually see what. Yeah, so you can see on this one where on the left side.
Oh shit. Okay,
there's no coverage. Like, how much of the ball is just hanging.
How did it not fall out?
To be honest, I'm really
muscles. I mean,
I think so. I think me being a cheerleader, because I was always the base. I was always the one throwing girls. Like, my legs got really strong, and I think that actually helped me a lot.
That's gnarly looking, dude.
That's nuts.
But the difference is insane, isn't it? So
yeah, like you're in pain and shit. You're a functioning adult with that.
I was squatting and deadlifting with that hip.
The real question is,
that's
what kind of crazy are you gonna get out of cycle when you get off and just juice out of your mind to get caught back up, or are you gonna do like hard work?
I think that would be so unwise to just go hard in the paint.
Full trend. You don't want to do that. Sam Sulik or whatever his name is.
I thought about. I would be lying if I said that I didn't think about it, but I would rather protect what I have than serve my ego. But
that's a very mature answer.
The ego is hungry, so I will just starving a little bit. But
I think you'll be all right. I mean, maybe get really good at curling. I don't know. Switch your game up a little bit, maybe.
We all like to know that we could lift heavy things with our arms, right? I mean,
it is way cool. I mean, nobody's like flexing hips. You know what I mean?
Man, but those
they do buys and tries, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the quad flexes are so nice. I do miss what the quads used to look like before this.
Yeah, quad schmods.
So
yeah. Flex.
I'll get back. Muscle memory is a thing. Once I start lifting again, the muscles will come back. I have full confidence in that. Yeah. And they did a little bit because after surgery, when I was going through PT and stuff, like I was doing shit. Like I was getting on the bike. I was doing Bulgarian split squats. I was doing shit with my legs, and the pain started coming back and set me back a little bit. And the legs looked good. So I have confidence in them. They just need to get their shit together.
Speaking of looking, what's the scars looking like? Are they tiny? Are they huge? Or
it's pretty big. I have two.
But is it cool? That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, they're cool.
I think scars are sweet.
Yeah, dude. I mean, she's got power tools going in,
It's a gnarly one, and I'm gonna have matching ones. They're right on the bikini line. So if I'm wearing a bathing suit at the pool or whatever, like you will see them. Like it's pretty. I'd say it's about the size of my hand. So that just like right there in the top of my thigh going down into my groin is a huge ass fucking scar. And it's numb too. They got nerve blockers in there. I don't feel it.
What? Did you get a tattoo across it then?
Everybody has said that, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Like,
you can get all sorts of cool shit.
I know that the possibilities are endless, but I like my legs a lot. So I don't think I want to tat them. I don't think I want to put anything. I don't think I want to put a needle there and at where they're at.
Well, somebody beat you to it and they put 5 damn screws in you, so I don't know what you're worried about anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
a 5-inch scar on each hip. I think you'll be all right.
I think the scars are cool enough on their own. So I had that one big long one, and then I have two holes at the top of my thigh. Holes. So that's where the scope was. And then there's another scar a couple inches above the big incision where they had the drain. The drain was nasty.
Dude, it's sick what comes out of your body. And then it's gross.
And when they pulled it out,
you smell it?
I didn't smell it, but I could feel it snaking through my fucking leg. Like the inside of my leg. I felt it snaking out.
Yeah, my skin's crawling thinking about that shit.
Oh, man.
It's coming up and out of you. Fucking.
I can do that all again this week.
Holy shit.
I'm so excited.
Have them recorded.
It's a pretty nasty surgery. It's kind of amazing. Like, I got to learn to walk again.
I mean, you already did it once.
You said we have 2 more x-rays?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my first x-ray after surgery. So you saw the current one, but you see how that little chip was just like filling in a gap, and now
bridging.
So you can see where all of the breakage was initially and how extensive all that was. And obviously since then,
fucking nuts.
That's 6 weeks post-op. So a lot of gaps.
We just gotta get some caulk in there.
They were talking about putting artificial bone in there if there was spots that weren't healing, because down.
Yep. 3D print it. I'm telling you, it's the future.
Yeah. When they said artificial bone, I'm like, what the fuck do you mean artificial bone?
Elmer's glue.
I was like, does it come out of a
paper mache hip?
You got Spirit Halloween. They've got some skeletons left over.
I think it's at Home Depot, actually.
I'm a Lowe's guy myself. I don't know about you. God, dude, that's gnarly. They're like, we're just gonna throw some shit in here, patch you up.
So this one is actually, this was the first x-ray that I got at the orthopedic doctor that passed me on. And they broke it down pretty well. You can see where the pen marks are at and how much of my femur joint is exposed. This is just like the raw first glance breakdown of what I'm dealing with. So this is what my left hip looks like. This is
just like dot. You're pretty fucked right here.
Yeah.
All right.
So weather
term? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also something going on too that we've decided isn't necessary to address about the angle that my femur goes into my acetabulum. It goes in at an angle that it shouldn't be, but they decided that with the way that it fits into my acetabulum, it's not necessary, but that's without.
Is that why they call it an ass?
What was that?
I wonder if that's why they call it an ass.
Because it's a pain in the ass. Absolutely, I would.
I mean, yeah.
So yeah, that's a
good revelations.
What my left hip currently looks like and what my right hip started as, and explaining what exactly a shallow hip socket looks like and what that does. So you could see that if I go in if I'm moving at an angle that drives that femur up instead of sideways at all, the bone's just going to hit bone, and that breaks down cartilage. And the less cartilage you have, the more damaged your cartilage is, the less likely you are to be able to get like a hip replacement. If you have a fucked cartilage, you can't get a hip replacement. So fixing this now is setting me up for a successful hip replacement in the future too.
So your baby steps are major surgeries.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Did like 6 weeks post-op
operation game.
Said that they said that they were disappointed in the progress, and like, how would you take that as a patient? Like, are you disappointed in yourself on your healing capabilities, or disappointed in their work, or
did you call your mom?
It was a really weird feeling to be disappointed in myself. Like, I didn't perform as good as I could. Like, I was.
You had no way to do that, though.
Right.
Exactly. It was a weird feeling. It was a weird.
Damn it, buddy.
Disappointed in myself. But that was the raw emotion, was being disappointed in myself, because I wanted her to be happy with the progress and I wanted good news, right? And to be told that my body didn't perform at, the expectation, it was hard to not take it personally. But obviously not my fault. Couldn't have done anything differently. It scared
out of your
me.
hands for real.
It scared me a little bit because I've seen plates. I've seen them have to put plates in for non-unions, and they're scary. They're scary looking. The idea of going in for a surgery to have plates put in sounds equally as scary as having the surgery in general. So I was on pins and needles the entire time waiting for. I had to wait another 3 months to do another follow-up, and then that follow-up was the most recent one, where they were like, yeah, you just got this little piece that needs taken out. So the rest of it caught up, which was good. But I had to go through an MRI and a CT scan before coming to that conclusion that all of it was healed. It was kind of scary.
I believe it.
Because then you're thinking like, well, what else is wrong? Why aren't my bones healing? So
that's why a lot of people just don't go to the doctor.
Dude, no shit.
Yeah, it's like when you get an oil change, man, they're gonna tell you 6 other things that's wrong with you.
Yeah,
like, I already know I'm fat, but come on, man. Tell me all these other things.
Right.
So yeah, that's what the inside of my body looks like.
Well, that's pretty cool. X-rays are something else, but they're kind of weird. Cool.
We're gonna juice you some radiation, just enough though. Not enough to give you Spider-Man powers, but enough to see.
Yeah, I mean, your
inside
hip
you
looks like a TV stand, so that's cool.
They find something
hit by IKEA.
It looks like a toolbox in there, man.
Yeah, that's nuts. But
Lowe's hardware aisle.
So you're getting worked on again next week, and you told us that you're gonna be off work for 6 months, I think, right? Roughly, maybe a little more.
4 or 5.
Okay. Which, yeah, it's still a long ass time. So, and obviously you won't be working and stuff. But I want to kind of jump to the brand, which I, started seeing pop up on socials within the last, probably over like summertime, I think maybe late spring or summertime.
Yep.
You told us earlier in pre-production, but for the people listening, just let us know how you came up with it. What it's for, your plans, stuff like that.
So the brand is called Bad Bones Athletics. So it started as just like a little recovery project, and what I was learning along the way with recovery and everything leading up to recovery is there's not a huge platform that exists for injured athletes. And I, along the way, I kind of realized that that's what I wanted to do, was create a platform specifically for injured athletes. The first thing that a lot of people think about when they're faced with a diagnosis is of any sorts, whether it's arthritis or hip dysplasia or any sort of skeletal deformation, is, oh my God, I'm never going to play ball again or run again or, compete again. And it's totally possible. There's modifications for just about everything. If not, your body just having the ability to recover as long as you have the brain power to make it happen. So that's what Bad Bones is. It kind of started off as the design itself started off as something funny that I thought of, like, oh, what about a skull and crossbones? But instead of crossbones, it's surgical screws, like the ones I have in my hips. And
yeah, this logo, it makes way more sense now after seeing the X-rays. So yeah, this is dead on.
It's the hardware. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's something that kept me busy. It continues to keep me busy. And I started off selling stickers, and it's kind of cool because the stickers are all over Broadway here in Nashville, because when I was going out all the time, anytime I would close a tab, I would leave a sticker with the bartenders. So now the bartenders have been sticking them all throughout Broadway. So that's cool.
Goddamn vandals.
It's just in there with all the other the Boo Girl stickers. And since then, I've done several rounds of pre-orders with t-shirts and hoodies, and I'm working on other designs too.
Do you ship them?
I ship them. Yep.
Do you have large adult sizes?
I got all of the adult sizes. And
yeah, do you have bigger than human sizes is what I'm getting at.
I got up to a 3XL, and I do not charge extra. I know that sometimes when you get up to the bigger sizes, it costs.
Yeah, fat tax the whole life.
Yeah, I don't do that. I think that's.
Give me $2 more. What the fuck? That's what it is every time.
I always wondered why that was a thing, but yeah, it doesn't cost that much more for me to make it, so it doesn't really make sense for me to charge other people that difference. Like I want people to have my shit. I want people that like my shit to have my shit. So I started off launching it at a powerlifting meet in Toledo with Julian, and then I'll be in Monroe, Michigan on the 18th of this month at a strongman competition where my logo will actually be on banners and the logs for the log press. I'm pretty excited about that.
That's cool.
That is sick. That's really cool. Sweatpants. We need some sweatpants. I don't know if that's in the...
I'm working on it, actually. So I have a friend coming over this month to help me set up a website and have more options. They're going to show me, because I'm doing all of this by the seat of my pants and just the things that I learn on TikTok and the internet.
Dylan's the same way with everything we've done.
Yep. And it's what's cool that I've learned too is everybody has heard of manifesting, but not a lot of people actually understand what manifesting is. And you actually have to speak things into the universe in order for the information to come to you. You can't just talk to a wall and then talk to the universe and be like, give me this. You have to talk to people, right? So through all of this, I've had people reach out saying, I can help you here, I can help you there. I know this and I know that. So I've made a lot of really nice contacts. Obviously, that's how I got linked up with you guys, because Bobby reached out to a post that I made asking for any sort of information on how to get the brand out there. And I'm really excited about my friend's help. I think it's going to take it to a different level where I can provide more and get it out there, even, you know, because right now I'm printing all of the shirts at home. And so I source the shirts, get the shirts shipped here, I get the prints shipped here, and then I'm here pressing them. And it takes a really long time. I don't hate it, but I also love the idea.
It's a job now.
Yeah.
Like a legit job.
And I thought about it. Like, the thing too is, like, I would like to be able to maintain an inventory, and having an inventory while you're actually hand making all of this stuff yourself, like, it's actually pretty difficult and it's time consuming when I do have a full-time job. So, and I do want to be able to offer random things like hats and shorts and bags and I don't koozies, whatever. So having a website's going to help with that for sure. And I want to continue to be present at events. I'm in the talks of hosting my own group fitness event this winter while I'm off work, and just doing things like that. Like, I want to build out the community. I want there to be a frame of reference for anybody that's facing any physical limitations, new or otherwise, and show them what people have been able to accomplish with an altered lifestyle. I don't know. I think it's important to give people hope when, you know, because this is scary. It's sad. It's hard. I don't feel like I have control of my own body 90% of the time. Even if something doesn't hurt right now, like, it's gonna hurt tomorrow if I did something wrong and I won't know, you know, that kind of thing. Constantly having to sit and check in with my body. So this is also lighting a fire under my own ass to actually get back under the platform, because I'm encouraging other people to do what I want to do. So I need to make sure that I'm keeping myself in check and doing it as well and putting the work in. It's keeping me positive too, because it's something I'm super proud of. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's got a good message and all that stuff. And above all else, I think, if I seen correctly, this is also helping you pay your way through all these fucking operations and shit. Because, you know, I don't want to go down that road either, but healthcare in this country sucks ass. I mean, we had a guy, you know, from Canada last year that we had on the show, and he was telling us how he went on that ambulance ride. What, he paid like $40, and here you're paying like 10 racks. So, you know, having stuff like this, and it's pretty cool here. I think this is our guy, Super Saiyan Sean, if I'm correct. Is this Sean, right?
It is. That's Sean.
Shout out to Sean. Yeah, rocking the shirts. They're pretty dope. I like the color scheme too.
Thanks.
And yeah, like I said, I think once you kind of get everything under control, and open up a website and kind of have you know, a little more power, you know, backing you up on there to where you can offer different stuff. You'll definitely
a good idea for those sweatpants.
I got my eye on sweatpants. I'm kind of.
I got a design idea. You got to put the hardware on the hips, like where the pocket. You know what I mean? Like let me get the logo right about where you're cut up at. You know what I mean?
That's such a good idea. I'm gonna put that in my notes. I'm gonna make that
There you
happen.
go.
Use it.
That'd be awesome. Yeah,
I could definitely relate though to all that, like the whole printing your own, creating inventory of your own. Like, it is definitely time consuming, hard work, and it like took me back to like when we were in Florida, back when I was recording in my closet at the time, and making our first merch for TSP back in the day. But I didn't have a printing press like you had, or like the I don't even like to actually call them, like the t-shirt press thing. I had like the fucking iron, and I'm like ironing those things on. Quality, absolute dog shit. But the heart was there. Okay,
they weren't that bad, dude, for what it was. They weren't that bad.
For like $10, I think. So.
Yeah, cost was 11.
It was a good time though.
Sometimes it's just about the message though, when the money's secondary.
Right. And then,
without a doubt.
when we tried it again, our second wave of merch back a couple of seasons ago, we found like this website's called Printful, and they give you a bunch of different options. You get to open up.
You're wearing the hat,
store.
right?
Yeah, that's the hat right here. I got can't really fucking shop hoodie.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, I'm repping out here, and yeah, much better quality. The only downfall to that is that kind of cuts into your actual
the profit margin
the
goes
profit
down.
because they take some of it for actually making it and sending it out and all that stuff. So in that sense, you have to make the prices more to kind of like even break even, because if not, if you don't make the prices more, then you're actually losing money going through Printful. So there's definitely downfalls to those things.
Yeah, it's time. It's weighing your time and your income at that point.
Yep.
Do you want to save time and make less? Is basically what it comes down to. But it's fun. It's rewarding to just have your stuff like the second. Like I'm sitting in a room full of boxes of t-shirts and prints, and it's cool. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and then having nothing but time has pushed me to do it, and then actually having a message that means something to me has made it all worthwhile. And like learning to get back into art and drawing, and because I drew that having to learn to draw it, the file is actually terrible. I've learned how to do way better work since then, but that file is all
MS Paint.
I can't edit that. If I want to change anything about that image, I have to redo the entire thing.
At least you're gonna get better at drawing.
You
Better
make
do it,
merch
I
to
guess.
order?
Huh?
I was say, do you make merch to order, or do you just like stockpile up to when it's ready to go when it's ordered?
I do pre-orders. So I'm trying to figure out a pattern until I get my website set up. But I think the way that I know I'm going to be doing another pre-order here within the next couple of weeks. I'm pretty up to date on like blasting it all over social media because I have 2 Instagram accounts. I have my personal one and I have my Bad Bones account, and both of them will blast nothing but pre-order dates whenever they're out. I like to have new merch for each one. I don't like to double back. So I did a run of these shirts, specifically the gold, and then I did a run of only hoodies, and then I did a run of only black hoodies. And
shit, I wear black. That's what I do.
It's gonna be on the website. Just give it time. And I have a new design that I'm waiting to launch. I've been holding on to it. I'm super proud of it. I think it's freaking sick. And I'm probably gonna launch that not this coming week, but the week after that while I'm recovering. It'll be my like first full week off of work, so I can dedicate all of my time to getting those pre-orders in, and it'll just be that run of that shirt. So these are kind of one-offs right now, and I would like to build all of that, like have like a handful of designs out before, like by the time that I do my website, the website will have everything that I've already sold, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yes.
I like the way you're doing it too, because right now
Yeah.
they're kind of like limited runs. So somebody could be like, hey, I wanted that gold shirt. And you're like, well, that was that first run. And then so now that next time you have your pre-order, that person's going to want to jump on that one because they know it's only going to be around for X amount of weeks before you move on to the next, and so on and so forth. So,
and now I got to get the sweatpants when they come out.
I'll make sure that the sweatpants will make it on the website. It'll be I'll name it after you.
Ooh, like that.
There we go.
Burrito sweatpants.
My first sweatpants collection. That sounds like something I would do.
Dope.
So I'm all right with
collection. That'd be sick. I'm all on that.
I got another one where it's like
Will you sign
sweatpants.
one of my pairs?
Of course.
Okay.
Talking about me or her?
Both.
I'll just leave like a meatball sub stain on it, and that'll be my signature.
It's okay. Fine. I guess I can't wash
little kits of a meatball on the hip.
Okay. I can dig it. So, are the doctors saying that these next round of operations, where is that going to put you as far as, I don't know if there's like a percentage rate? I guess as I know it seems like it's probably like a wait and see type thing, but like, what's your ultimatum? I guess in the next 6 months to a year, or do you not probably know that far?
So I put the marker at a year. This time next year, I should know whether or not the surgeries were successful. So right now, I'm butting up to about 10 months post-op from my first surgery. And we're at the marker now where the surgery itself is healed, but now there's new issues, or related issues, I would say. So this is the revision on the right one. So right now you can just solid say the right hip the journey's not over for that one. Then the left one, the clock starts all over again, and we wait a year. We work on it for a year and see how the bone healing is going, see if the screws present any issues themselves. We watch to make sure that there's no labral issues, any soft tissue damages along the way. And it's just going to be a lot of physical therapy and a lot of just listening to my body and making sure that everything feels okay. Because one thing that people with this condition don't understand is the concept of being pain-free. And that's not something that I'm willing to compromise, which is why I'm in this position right now. A lot of people that I know that have had these surgeries are kind of like, oh yeah, it hurts every once in a while. But it's not supposed to. So there's more things that need to be done. And so it's really a toss-up on like what's good enough for me. And because honestly, like at this point, like I probably could have gone without having this surgery coming up this week, because I could say, yeah, it hurts sometimes, but like it shouldn't. So we're going to keep going. So if that's the case with the left hip, then we just keep going. So it's very much a wait and see, but it's going to be at least a year.
Okay. Before I let these guys ask any last questions, how long have you known that you're cooler than Jay and Alex? Most of your life, or like early?
I kind of figured it out post high school.
Okay.
If we're being honest, but then Julian kind of surpassed me when he just came out with that gnarly ass mustache.
This shit's wild.
Yeah, it is something else. Yeah, I didn't know he had it in him.
He looks like
he knew it either. But.
He looks like a biplane pilot was married to a Viking, and they had a baby, and that's who he is now. Every time I see him, he looks more cartoonish than the last time, and I love it.
Looks like every race in one. It's wild.
There he is. Okay.
Okay.
I can't.
That's actually Jay's mustache.
It came floating through.
That's Ron. He's got attachment issues.
He's also a ginger. That makes sense now.
Yep. It's a little insecure.
I see the flicking of the tail. Yep.
He's about to leap. Okay. I just wanted to make sure this is an inexpensive desk, so I wanted to make sure nothing crazy happened.
Crushes it when he leaps off it. Cool, dude. Yeah, thanks.
But yeah, Julian, have you seen how curly his hair is now that it's grown out too?
No, I haven't seen it in a while. Is it wild?
Yeah, it's like he's got some like spiral curled hair, which might not mean a whole lot to you, but to me, I'm just like, fuck me, right? He's getting all the good genetics.
He's got two functional
hips. Him and Sean, do they look like fucking brothers?
They really do.
They have the curly hair. They're just fucking burly ass dudes. Those two and my little brother Willie. I'm always watching them, posting their videos online. It's like, Jesus Christ, these guys are like, yeah, Aztec fucking warriors over here.
No kidding.
Yeah, because Willie, I mean, he can't grow a stash quite like Jay, but he's putting something together too. It's like, what are they doing over there, Main Street?
I want to know where the stash came from, because I mean, you know as well as I do, that dude struggled to grow facial hair for years.
He had like 8 whiskers forever. He counted them before. I watched him in the mirror at Fitness for All. I seen it.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty.
I don't know what happened.
Only the beginning.
I think he just brushed up against you one night, and next day he's growing out the facial hair. I don't know how that hasn't happened between us, man. I can't grow shit. I'm jealous.
I got my shit trimmed today.
Yeah, but you're like Scott Calvin, man. That shit'll be back here in a couple hours.
Oh yeah, and I bet you tomorrow I'll have whiskers. I have to shave. Actually,
without a doubt. But Dylan, I don't know if you got any final questions.
Oh, you guys pretty much covered it all. Like, I'm kind of inspired with like your dedication to the business. I really do hope that, well, you're going to actually, with all this extra time that you're going to have, like, you're going to see the growth exponentially because of all your like time and dedication is going to be geared towards that now instead of having like a full-time job on the side and all that kind of shit. So I wish you the best, and you definitely have TSP in your corner.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Joe, you got any weird, odd shit you want to fucking
yeah.
add in?
If they gave you the option to get robot legs, what's the percentage of you doing that? Like full hydraulics, the system doesn't leak.
I'd at least listen to the offer.
I'd hear it out, right?
Yeah, I mean, like my major concern would be like if I'm like, is it gonna like major lock up if it malfunctions?
I think it won't be AI powered, so you don't got to worry about like hackers or anything.
Yeah.
I think you'll be all right.
I'm just like picturing it either becoming like a complete like paperweight where like it doesn't move at all, or it turns into like the Energizer Bunny where it just
you like kick a lot.
Yeah, will randomly just like stomp a hole into the ground.
You'll be able to power lift like 12,000 pounds, probably.
Yeah, would you still be able to qualify for those competitions with that?
I mean, if it hasn't been brought up yet, then it's not in the rule.
I mean,
true.
Certain competitions you can be on gear.
Yeah, it'd be covered in like
that would be
your
gear.
skin.
That would
that'd be the most gear shit you could ever do. Literally gears, bro.
Yeah.
First place, 15,000 pound lift.
Yeah, right.
I think I would totally go full bionic if that was an option. If somebody was like, you could leave today pain free, but you're full bionic, I'd be like, bet, sign me up.
Yeah.
What colors do they come in?
And shit too, to be honest. So.
What colors?
Yeah, like what they gave you options.
RGB
it would have to be yellow.
I think I'd do carbon fiber so it looked faster. You know what I mean? Like a carbon fiber paint job. Even if it really wasn't carbon fiber
type shit.
Yeah, I'd be cool looking.
Just like a wrap job on it.
Yeah. I'd get like change it up. Like, oh, this is like a purpley chrome today. You know what I mean?
But I'm also picturing like LEDs too.
Yeah.
Like there's settings on it, depending on what you're doing.
Like underglow.
Maybe you could put some projectors in your kneecaps.
That's what I'm thinking.
That'd be cool.
Fuck.
And I would totally deck it out with stickers, like a bumper.
Yeah.
Hip joint looking like the Las Vegas Sphere.
Oh, dude, that sphere's sweet looking. Have you seen some of the shit they do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the inside of it?
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
Incredible.
I want to turn my basement into that.
Yeah.
I got a single projector, but I'm on my way. Got a couch and a projector down there, baby.
Before we let you go, Monika, make sure I want you to plug everything where people can see the brand, what you're building, because it is definitely something pretty cool. Everyone loves a comeback story, so I think we're all going to be following along and stuff. But yeah, plug the socials for that. I don't know. I know you kind of have a plan on when you're going to drop your next batch of merch, how they can contact you for that stuff. Put it all out in the ether. Yeah,
so the Instagram page is at mighty.munk, MUNK. And from there is a TikTok linked as well. That's just like more funny shit, but also talks about the journey a little bit more extensively. And the Instagram account is going to be where the contact is for any pre-sales. And that's where it's at right now. It's very simple. No way to miss me if you reach out to me on there. And even if anybody has questions about when the pre-sales are happening, probably get me to launch it a little bit sooner. So that's where I'll be.
All right. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on. Like I said, we're rooting for you. I hope everything goes well next week, and hopefully recovery, starts to clock in and shit starts forming where it's supposed to, and you're back doing your thing next year. We definitely hope it goes smooth. So we appreciate it. We will we'll be in touch, and definitely when I'm looking forward, like I said, I'm looking forward to the Macris collection sweatpants. I'll definitely get at least.
I got some ideas for real. I'm saving them till we're done recording.
Well, reach out, send me references. I got you. No, it was good to see you guys. It was good to chat. It's been a long time. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys.
100%. All right. Well, yeah, we'll talk offline. Like I said, Joe, he's got all kinds of ideas. A lot of them are going to be fucking weird, but some are going to be fire.
For sure.
No, that's but we'll holler at you offline and sit on the line. Good luck with everything. All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right. Hell of a story there, guys. Crazy. That's
drink more milk.
I love that family. Those guys, Julian, loud ass fucking Alex, and Monica.
Dude,
Alex is probably part of the reason she had to get surgery. Fucking screamed one time, and probably knocked her shit out of place. And...
he is constantly yelling. His voice is at 11 all the time. I appreciate it, because I have a hard time hearing, and I can always hear Alex.
Yeah. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Jay. Majestic fucking mustache. She is right. And you're right. I don't know where it came from, because but good for him, man. Because it's something mystifying. Have you ever seen it, Dylan, in person?
Yes.
I don't know if you have. Okay.
I have. He had it at the last.
He should be in
at
the turkey fry. Yeah, he should be in the house. Can't wait to see him.
Can't wait.
And he'll be flat, and I don't know. Maybe he'll be able to touch it. Who knows? I don't know if
he's gonna fly in a hot air balloon with Post Malone braids. That's what he's gonna do.
Fucking dude has handlebars for a mustache, man. It's impressive.
Yeah, he's just an impressive species.
Dude, I don't know how you can rock him that big. I can't stand it. Being like over my lip a little bit.
When you didn't have it, fuck.
All right. Yeah, I've had mine for a long time. It's just it gets over my lip and starts pissing me off.
I mean, would have shit down to my fucking ankles. I would live with that happily.
Right. But for Monica, I mean, like that
day.
It was a very, very impressive story. It had all the olds, all the inspirational, and it was motivational. It was.
Oh God, here we fucking go with this guy.
I'm trying to be sincere here. I'm not making.
No, it's good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You are right, but
no Dylan effects 100%. Here. I'm being,
I knew of the story and stuff. I'd been following along online. I was, that's why I asked her to come on to, show some support and stuff. But I mean, seeing the X-rays and shit, like that was wild, dude. That looks like somebody's workbench.
Fucking nuts.
I mean, holy fuck. Like that, I've never seen a screw that big.
She got gutter nails in her fucking hip, bro.
That was like the BBC of screws.
I'm sure she would appreciate that. Jesus Christ.
Well,
you got the BBC of screws in your hip. What the fuck?
It is. I mean, it's huge. It's gigantic, but it is crazy that like, after all that work, it's just that one little piece will fuck you up. So hopefully they can get in there and finally get that shit taken care of, because I mean we know, shout out to our guy P Dot, over at 211, dude. I mean, look at the way he was fucking moving around. I still don't know if he ever got any kind of replacement. I hope so.
Shit, you needed it. Walking on that concrete tile floor
being
for
on this
30 years.
For, 12 hours a day.
Poor guy.
But, let's get into this mill, baby.
Fucking nerd.
I'm not the fucking nerd over here with the goddamn custom fucking. What do you have? The Game Boy?
Oh, my Switch.
Oh,
Oh, I'm a nerd. Behind that, my wall of Gundam models, surrounded by my computer parts. I don't care. After the show, I'm gonna tear apart my computer and put a new power supply and motherboard in it immediately.
Every time I hear the word nerd, I definitely think of the time I was in junior high, okay? And the bathroom was up there by the lockers. This kid was trying to get into his locker, like doing the combination lock. They had to be friends, and there's no fucking way they're not. But the dude comes out of the bathroom, makes a beeline to the guy doing the combination lock, shoves him in the locker, and it makes a loud commotion. Shoves him in the locker and says, "Nerd!" and runs off.
I don't know if that's what I would do to my friends, but all right.
There's no way that was not. That was way too like Hollywood bully scene, like not to be like
out of a movie.
Yeah, it was
straight
out of a movie. But I digress. We're in the middle now, baby, and it's gonna be a quick one. It's gonna be a nice little quickie, and we're gonna go right off the top with some pop culture news that I got wind of today, actually. That Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker officially have welcomed in their new baby boy, Rocky 13 Barker. Well, congratulations to them. And a little tidbit of
run that name back.
Yeah.
Rocky 13 Barker, I believe is the name.
Rocky 13.
The number, yeah.
Rocky
All right.
13 Barker.
I don't know if there's any
I
association.
don't know what that means. I mean, Rocky Barker's pretty all right, but what are they? I don't know why they're trying to get all Elon Musk here with it.
Hey, it could be way worse, like Elon Musk. XEQZZ5.
Yeah,
Loves the letter X, that's for sure.
His 40th kid.
I don't know. He's got he got a son named Landon and a daughter named Alabama. So
I don't know what their middle names are, though. 11 and 12?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe 13's association was something between them two. Maybe it's maybe even I misread it, but I know for sure it's Rocky. So Rocky B, welcome to the world. Put on your seatbelt. It'll be a fun ride, especially in that fucking world of Kardashians. And you already have what? What is it? Northwest, I believe, is Kim's daughter. She's already on a cover of a magazine at 10 years old. So but life's going to come at you fast. So, I mean, but anyways, congratulations to them. And I actually found out that when Kourtney told Travis, it was at a Blink-182 concert, and she held up that sign saying, "Travis, pregnant." I didn't know that was actually part of their music video from All the Small Things.
I didn't either. That's from like got to be 20 years ago.
You know who would know that?
More.
Mustache Man.
True.
But yeah, it happens like for like a split second towards the end of that music video. But they're playing their music in front of like this little crowd, and there's a sign. The chick's holding up.
I do remember that now.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of cool when you think of it that way. That she kind of brought back the past and made it his reality, in a sense. So, congratulations to them, Rocky B, Kardashians, and Barkers of the world. And then in other news, we're going to go into entertainment, but a different type of entertainment. We're going to go with WWE. With just 8 matches into his WWE career, the beloved Logan Paul has become U.S. champion of the world. And he has hardware to prove it just 8 matches in. Bobby, what are your opinions as our WWE affiliate?
Well, as a Cleveland sports fan, it's great to have yet another championship brought back to the land. Shout out to Logan. He beat future Hall. Well, I think maybe he is a Hall of Fame already. Rey Mysterio to do it. Today they were at Crown Jewel over there at Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So that pay-per-view was on at like noon, which is awesome. So I was able to kind of catch that while the Bucks game was on and stuff. So always enjoy when you can catch a UFC or a WWE event in the middle of the day on a Saturday. It's awesome. But dude, I mean, say what you want to say about him, the boxing shit's whatever, but when it comes to like wrestling, like he can fucking go at it. He's been incredible so far. He's really getting a lot better on the mic, and like he's obviously very well suited as a heel, because most people when you come out there just fucking hate the guy. So he plays it up. And it's awesome. But as far as in ring goes, like he's honestly one of the best going today, which is pretty wild to say because, like you said, he's only wrestled 8 times, but he's extremely athletic, and some of the moves he can do is like with like the top tier guys. So it's pretty awesome that he's U.S. champ. It'll be interesting to see how they navigate going forward because he's not a full time superstar, but it'll obviously be good for them and him because he's always plugging Prime and stuff. So I'm sure that Prime and WWE will probably have some kind of like limited time flavor, or something that they'll push out. So as far as like marketing and shit goes, this is going to work out very well for both parties. But yeah, man, pretty exciting shit.
Is Pat McAfee still in the WWE, or is that just a short-term thing?
No, he was SmackDown announcer for a while, and then he signed to do College Game Day, and it's just he said it was just way too much travel, and he hasn't really he'll do like some sporadic appearances, like they were in Indianapolis, or maybe like a month ago, and he showed up, and The Rock showed up. It was pretty sick. It was a SmackDown, and he'll show up sporadically and stuff. But he's not around too often anymore.
I won't be surprised if he like randomly, because they usually do for those Royal Rumbles. They'll have like those like surprise entries. So he might show up to a Royal Rumble, I bet, one of these times.
Yeah, that's coming up.
And in other news, we do have inflation is upon us. The prices are being raised. This particular fellow, is it being raised to a point where you have to steal from a Wendy's? We have
yeah.
We have a little TikTok here that I'll pull up of a man and his ways of getting condiments now that the prices are amok.
Shit is getting way too expensive. What I do is I bring my old ketchup bottle and I refill it right here. And then I restock on a bunch of shot glasses. And all this stuff is all free. Take all the napkins. Only at Wendy's.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. You know what I mean? Times are tough. A little more tougher for this guy. I mean, that pump machine takes forever just to fill out one of them fucking little shot cups he's talking about. I can't imagine filling a whole fucking ketchup bottle with that.
Jesus.
He's fucking there for
dude, he's got to do what he got to do.
Minutes.
He must go through a shit ton of ketchup. I mean, goddamn. I mean, we go through groceries at this house, but at least the ketchup bottle lasts 3-4 weeks. But I don't know. He must put that shit on everything. But yeah, I seen that TikTok and I thought it was fucking funny, man. The people, people are in the midst of the stretch right now, doing what they got to do.
Goddamn ketchup though. What? That's his money maker or money saver.
It's fucking wild. I mean, there's people out there like, I mean, I'm pretty much with one of those people that they just go shopping and don't even look at a price tag. They just grab. They're like, I need it, I'll buy it. Like it.
Congratulations on your success.
Yeah,
I'm looking heavily.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy at like
this box doesn't even have a fucking logo on it. Okay, it's 40 cents. Sick.
Or in there.
Enriched pasta. Fine.
But yeah, I mean,
pastas in quotations. Whatever.
Cheese product.
Yeah.
Who knows, dude? But yeah, it's good. It's all good. And I, for one, use a little bit of coupons here and there with M Perks and such. And for a family of 4 and getting groceries under $200 from time to time, I think that's a pretty damn good.
Under 200.
Under 200.
How?
Well, like my girls are still little, and they probably eat half of what a normal person would eat. So they split. So I'm basically buying for 3 people, and they split like the portion size of one person, and they've hardly ever eat that half the time. So, and you get those deals on Sundays where you buying chicken, pork chops. You usually get those like buy one get one half off packs, and all that shit. So we pretty much eat like the same shit.
Kroger's been the spot, man. I don't know. I look at both ads every week, and I never see Meijer really just doesn't ever have any major sales. I mean, they've done away with the 10 for 10 for like the last 3-4 years. That was kind of like their bread and butter for a while. Now it's what, 7 for 7 or some shit.
7 for 7,
but,
5 for 5.
Jeez. Bullshit.
That 10 for 10. I mean, even amongst like us when we were working there, everyone was all excited. Hey man, fucking 10 for 10 week.
Yeah, I could feed
when
myself
you're making
for a week.
$200.
I used to ball out.
I had like fucking $6 on a Tuesday. Fucking payday's still 2 days away. I'm like sick. Fucking 10 for 10 week. I'm gonna get fucking 3 2-liters, a couple bags of bugles,
chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm set, baby.
Dude, yeah, my diet was so shit back then when I worked at 211. It was wild. I remember buying
because you need money to eat decent. We didn't have that, so you ate shit.
Eat fucking fantastically on payday, and then that's where it goes downhill.
Yeah, before they remodeled it, back in that corner over there where the deli was, and they had like that little break area, like the neat. But yeah, I'd buy a pack of Punchkis. I'd fucking gobble those down.
One of the other fucking key parts of working in media, other than just pretty much everything else, was when Jimmy John's would come through with the fucking free samples or whatever the fuck. We're going back there, man, and I'm taking about 5 or 6 of them bitches, and I'm bringing them back with me before anyone else knows what the fuck's
I'll trade you my Italian and for your.
They do it like once a month, dude, and they'd fucking leave like, I don't know, 30 or 40 of these little 2-inch subs. I'm like, sweet. Well, there's lunch.
You got take advantage of that. That wraps it up for the mill, baby.
Okay. Well, let's get into. Well, last week I don't know where we're at right now. I'm gonna let you explain, because last week we've seen a tombstone, but you're saying your hands are kind of tied, so I don't know what to call this next segment. So I'll let you take the lead.
Looking at the props, like we record on Saturday nights or even on like a Sunday morning, like props, they just don't show up until like usually the day of the game. So unless I'm like betting on game lines, which are very inconsistent, unless you're like, I mean, I can't really, I just really have like a good feeling or something, and you're not getting good value. And like, well, that's what I want to do here. Like, I usually don't do props that are better value than like minus 114, because it's like, if I like say, hey, this is a lock at like minus 10,000, bet on it. It's like, no, I mean, you can tail it, but the reward isn't there. So I'm trying to find these props here or games or whatever, but they don't have any props. So unfortunately, can't do any Sunday games because these episodes don't release until Monday morning. So by the time that it's already out, then it's like the time's already passed. Like the bet already hit or missed or whatever the case is by the time you're listening to it. Unless we record it and then I post it the day of, but then that would be kind of pointless anyways, unless like the episode is more of like a record of sorts of me putting that out there. But yeah, long story short, hands are going to be just tied regardless on either Monday Night Football or I luck out on another sport that's on Monday, like NBA or something like that. But
so it's back from the dead, baby.
No, I'm still calling it the lock of the week.
Oh, okay.
Because you never know. It's not just going to be Monday Night Football. It's probably going to be Monday Night Football more times than not because of what I just explained, because they have props out for the NFL before anything else. And then, but there's times that there's going to be NBA games that are on Mondays that hopefully the lines are out by then, by Saturday night. But it's tough to say because they don't, like for the NBA right now, they don't have any lines out for Monday, and we're already recording. So it's like I got to do like research and all that kind of shit. So 9 times out of 10, it's probably gonna be a Monday Night Football game, unfortunately. But good news is we cashed our last bet last week with ease. No sweater DLO dub with what is his fucking name? Garoppolo. JG. Not good there. Got his whole front office fired because he sucks eggs. And yeah, he was under that 256.5, and the line moved down to 253. And I was like, hey, guys, it moved. Better value at minus 110. I'd still take it. I'll still take it. And I hope you did. And I know our buddy Nate did. And he cashed in with DLO and got a DLO dub last week. So more DLO dubs to come. We're only getting started.
I prefer the DLO flubs. Way more entertaining for me.
I'm sure they are, but
There's a lot more to work with.
All right.
We got something new this week. I guess it's more of like a
Wait.
DLO
Are you not
Parlay
going to
Lock.
play the thing, man? Come on.
Okay. It's time for the DLO Lock of the Week. That's right, baby. We burn money here. We burn money here every week, but not last week.
Sir.
We're hoping to start stacking these dubs. And this week we got a more of a parlay, a 2-leg parlay. I feel pretty confident in. This is going to be for Monday Night Football. I feel very confident in these 2 picks here, and that's going to be Austin Eckler is going to get a 225-plus yards receiving, and then Garrett Wilson, 50-plus yards receiving there. Eckler has averaged 44.3 receiving yards per game, and Wilson has averaged 67 yards per game. This is going to come at plus 112. So this is a nice little, I guess.
I forgot to remove last week's shit on there.
Yeah, it looks like the transparency kind of fucked up on that, but hey, hopefully the bet doesn't fuck up. So it don't matter. And we're gonna hit this one, and we're gonna double our money. So that's what we got here this week.
All right. I just seen a nice weekly special, I think, with those guys. Let me see. I might fuck with it too. Of course, I closed the app. My fault. But I think what I was telling you earlier too is you do a Monday thing on here just so you have a play already ready to go, and then when we release the episode, you can drop one for whatever game falls on that day, basketball, etc.
Yeah, just on the socials.
See what. Yeah, just so you can kind of switch up a little bit. But they got a weekly special here: Garrett Wilson and Austin Eckler to combine for 150 plus receiving at plus 200. So, I kind of like that.
I do like that too. But
we'll see. Right now, my full focus is on the Southpaw long dick ladder. So, gotta keep that rolling, baby.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm.
And I seen James text me in the midst of the pod. Looks like the COS ladder hit. So congratulations to you guys at Tail. On to day 3 for you guys, right?
That was day 3. So on to day 4.
So day 4. All right. So we're on the same. And he said he's taking a break for tomorrow. The long dick ladder. We go every night. Rain, shine, or snow.
Hey.
Rain, sleet, or snow. We're like the mailman.
I'll tail it if you're confident in it.
Do we
fuck does that mean, Bobby?
Huh?
Fuck does
we're on
that
day
mean?
4 of the fucking. You're not a Southpaw. You're a Northpaw.
Ambidextrous.
You're a Northpaw short dick. We're a long. I'm Southpaw long dick ladder.
Bruce and alive. That's all right.
And Joe, can you believe Joe tomorrow? He's not going to spend his whole day watching football again.
That's insane.
What's wrong with that guy?
How do you fucking breathe?
I wish we would have got. I don't know. Did we? I don't think we did. No, I wish we would have got that reaction. That's the shit. I wish we would have caught. That was a
he's mind blown that I don't give a fuck about sports.
What?
You're fucked up when I said that.
I said that last week. I'm driving home, rushing home from the gym so I can make kickoff, and there's someone mowing their lawn. Like, dude, the game's about to be on. Like, what are you doing? You're like 2 strips in. Like, you just.
They might have been a Detroit fan. Detroit didn't play till Monday.
Nah, no Detroit fans.
He's probably fortunate enough not to root for the fucking clowns.
You watch your fucking mouth when you're talking about.
I can talk it, dude. I've been a fan longer than you have, so I can say what the fuck I want.
Born in 95, Browns fan since 94.
Okay, well, I got about 6 years on you.
I was fucking born in the Heights with the Kelseys.
I don't care if you were born in fucking Cleveland Stadium. I'm older than you.
The math's not mathing in his head. I can see it.
Yeah, I had a jersey and helmet before, man.
I went to 2 games before.
Oh, and more than that.
We'll
3.
See. We'll see what the fuck happens tomorrow. I don't really want to talk about it, but they better fucking win. That's all I know. Because the Steelers they can never lose. They just
dude, aren't they just the most overachieving fucking team ever to exist? They're not good. Get saved by their defense, having the fucking ball bounce their way or thrown right
culture,
to them.
man. The culture.
Incredible. It's the uniform, isn't it?
Could also be true, but
I
don't want you to go on a tangent here because we'll be here for another 2 hours.
I'm gonna
get you wrong.
Wrap it up.
Whoa!
What a psychopath!
Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
God damn it.
Now we can end it. That will put a cap on another fantastic episode. Again, shout out to Monika Guzman for hopping on with us. Really cool, inspiring story. You know, like we already said. Definitely make sure you're following her on all the socials. Get at us if you need directions. At how to get a hold of her for merch. Make sure you support. It's a great cause, and it's just cool shit. And we'll definitely keep tabs on that and let you guys know how things are going along the way. And again, we might as well shout out Julian's mustache one more time because I think it's worth it. Absolutely, one of a kind.
God damn it!
And with that, DLO, you know what time it is, baby.
As always, I hope everyone enjoyed the episode. Be sure, if you do enjoy this episode and this podcast in general, be sure to smash that subscribe button. Follow, like, subscribe.
Skull fuck the like button. You know what I mean?
Skull fuck it to smithereens.
I haven't heard that in a while.
There we go. Smash the subscribe button, absolutely. But give the fucking like button a skull fuck, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, show the button who's boss. Who wears the fucking pants.
Face fuck it. Let's go.
Absolutely. Woo! But with that all being said, thanks again to everyone who has tuned in, who has skull fucked the subscribe button. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. Friends, family.